Oh. Feedback? Are we live now? Start. Okay, hi everyone. Welcome back. So I'll be your teacher for additional English in M6. I hope you've all had a nice weekend, and today we're going to continue with the study. So sit comfortably and just listen. If you have any questions, of course, just type it in and I'll try to answer those questions as we go along. Okay then, so today we're going to have a recap about critical thinking. What is critical thinking? So really it's looking at a balanced picture, an overview of facts and evidence to make a decision or judgment. So, I've got to take my mask off. So it enables you to understand logical connections between ideas. Right, what does that mean? Well, this is the kind of graph where you will, like a learning process, you can see the very basic, and then it goes up to more difficult or higher order skills. So at the bottom we have remembering something. So something like remembering the capital of a country. That's remembering a fact. So for example, Paris is the capital of France. Then the next stage, the next step is understanding why it's a capital city. So it could be that there are many people there, many people live there. It could be that there is a better infrastructure like roads, transport, railways, that type of thing. So as you look at different cities around the world, you get an understanding or a better understanding of what a city is. And then you can see that we go to the next level. So we're working from the very basic and then going up to these higher order skills. Sorry about my writing there. Okay, so let's have a look at a problem then. If you ask your dad what does he do for a job, he might say, oh, I make money. But, what kind of real life skills does that include? Well, it might be something like writing a report. So that uses the higher order skills. It could be something like evaluating or analysing, something like that. So let's have a look at an example of where an engineer needs to sort or solve a problem with building a bridge. So he applies his knowledge of physics to the problem of building a bridge, for example. Then he might analyse different ways of doing that. What shape, what size, what materials. Then you need to ask questions such as what will last the longest, what will be the strongest, what will be the cheapest. So you're also thinking about materials. Then you evaluate. So we're up here on the top here, looking at this picture. We've just applied our knowledge, we've analysed the problem, and now we're evaluating. So let's say that the bridge needs to be made fast and it needs to last about 10 years. So here we can think about the materials that we're going to use. So most likely we can use wood and not stone and not metal. So we've evaluated it, and what's left? Now we build the bridge. So you can see we're using these more advanced higher order skills to think about problems. So this is the kind of thing you'll be doing in your essay, which is coming up. So important things in the essay would be analysing, so doing some research on the internet, communicating with people, so maybe you can get people or your friends to comment and communicate ideas to use, whether they agree or disagree with what you have, something like that. And then coming up with maybe a creative idea which you can write about. So that's that. So in the writing you have to connect ideas. It's all about connecting two different ideas which could be similar, or they could be very opposite ideas. So we're going to look at transition words. Okay, so it's all about the connections you can make, as I explained. Also, we get a better flow, a smoother flow, and it's easier for the listener or the reader. Alright, let's have a look at some categories. These categories you will use most likely in the assignment, the essay that has been assigned. So the first one out of the 8 categories is more information. The second one is an illustration, so this is like an example. The third is cause and effect. I'm sure you all know cause and effect from previous modules or units from last year. The fourth is emphasis. Emphasis is stressing or accentuating what we want to talk about. The fifth is contrast and comparison. Sixth, generalities, so talking about general ideas. And then the seventh is time. And then finally, I'd like to sum up, to finalize a statement. You would use a summary. All right, let's get started. So what does more information mean? Well, we can link two ideas using these words. The ones in bold, you can see we have bold writing, this one and this one, are the ones that are most often used. So what's an example for this? Well, we have two ideas. The first idea is online learning is effective. And the second idea is students can learn at their own pace. So you can see these are similar ideas, they fit together, and it's a case of more information. So we can use in addition or also to connect these ideas. Okay, so the connection is online learning is effective. In addition, students can learn at their own pace. You can see that's more information. Next one, an illustration. So these are some examples of how to give an example or list. So we have, again, the ones in bold are most often used in talking, in spoken language, but also written as well. So these are the most used ones out of those bunch. Obviously there are more than this. So let's have a look at another example. We might want to talk about animals that come out at night. So we have nocturnal animals. And if you want to give an example of what comes out at night, or hunts at night, then we've given an example of bats. So in the example, in the statement there, you can see we're connecting both ideas using an illustration, in this example, bats. Okay, carry on. Cause and effect. Cause and effect. So I'm just reading something now. Do we take notes? No, there's no need to take notes. This is all on Moodle, so if you want to watch a pre-recorded video, you can see all of this on the Moodle app on the school website. So moving on then, a cause or an effect. You can see as a result You may use this one. This one you will use a lot of time, and this one you will use a lot of time as well. So cause and effect. Let's have another look at some ideas. So the idea number 1, dogs are friendlier than cats. And idea number 2, dogs are more loyal. So we're looking at, are these similar ideas or are these contrasting ideas? And how can we join them together? Alright, so this has given us a reason. Dogs are friendlier than cats because they are more loyal. Okay, that makes sense, right? No need to take notes, as I said already. Okay, moving on. The next one is emphasis. This is stressing something. So we use words like especially or obviously. You may know those ones already. Let's have a look at a couple of examples. So we're talking about the first idea of lottery and the second idea is the probability, a low chance of winning, right? So let's have a look at that. How can we join that? In the example sentence, I like to buy lottery tickets every week. Obviously, I have a low chance of winning, but I can't help myself. Okay, so there we go. Emphasis, we're emphasizing with the word obviously. Okay, comparing and contrasting. You can see here we have other transition words that either compare, like similarly or likewise, or contrast. So this is contrasting ideas. Although, however, instead, otherwise, on the other hand. Ow. My thing is falling apart. So we have another example. So K-pop has many fans, is idea number 1. And idea number 2, I don't like it. I don't like K-pop. So how can we join those? Well, they're contrasting ideas, so we use the contrasting ones. This is any one of these ones. Although K-pop has many fans, I don't like it. Alright, moving on. This is a generality, so talking in general. Usually you will have come across already. The ideas, students and homework. Okay, in general, students prefer not to do homework. Is that right? Not to have homework. So, in general, students prefer to have homework, right? Am I right? I think I'm right. Okay, moving on. A sequence or a time. You must know all of these: first, second, third, finally, after, before, during, that kind of thing. So let's have a look at examples. We have an example. We have idea number 1, air pollution, and then number 2 is low. So currently, because of the lockdown, we have air pollution is low. So currently air pollution is low because there isn't much traffic on the roads. Okay. And then finally, this is the 8th category, which you might use for your essay. We have a summary. So we use words like summing up, to sum up, in short, in conclusion. You might say to conclude, something like that. So that gives an idea that we're summing up ideas. So again, we've got the COVID-19 and hardships. Hardships just means, hard times. So having to stay at home, not allowed to go out, on lockdown. living with the family 24 hours a day. Oh, sorry about that. I hope you can see it. Anyway, that says, to sum up, COVID-19 has caused many hardships, like staying at home, but it is better to be safe than sorry. Okay. All right then, so any questions so far? No questions? Can you remember the categories? Who can give me an example of one of the categories we talked about? Type away. There are no subtitles. You can listen again at your leisure. No? Let me start you off. The first one was more information. Any other categories you can remember? Type away. That's right, sequence is one. Any more? No, nobody's writing. Alright, so let's sum up now. So these are the 8 categories that you can use again. Alright, time for a quiz. This illustrate, yes, thank you. Illustration, so thank you for that. Let's write it in. Illustration. Any others? Generality. Very good, well done. Cause and effect. Okay, sorry about my handwriting. Alright, so those are the 8 categories again for you. Alright, time for a quiz. Are you ready for a quiz? I hope so. Here's the first one. So, do you use previously for this? Do you use therefore? Or do you use for fear that? Well, first of all, you have to find the 2 ideas and decide whether they are similar, or they are contrasting, or what category we need to use for this one. So there hasn't been much rain. The risk of forest fires is high. So what do you think would be the best transition word to connect ideas? I'll wait for an answer. Somebody said compare and contrast? Question mark? Not really. Okay, somebody said therefore. So that is likely, right? That seems to be the best answer because we have not a lot of rain and so forest fires. So yes, therefore is correct. Well done. And what category is that? Well, cause and effect. Okay, let's have a look at another example. Yes, therefore is correct, well done. So let's have a look at another example. Something. I don't cry, but the film The Notebook had me in tears. What do you think about this one? Oh, the chat's delayed. Okay, sorry, I didn't know that. Especially is one answer. So think about this. This is over time. So you might be looking for a word that means the same as usually. Usually I don't cry. But I did cry. Yeah, okay, so we've got some right answers there. Generally speaking is correct. And this, of course, is a generality. Well done, everyone, yes, generally speaking. The next one then. we've got the two larger birds, and then we have examples of birds that are large, so emu and ostrich. So which is the best option here? Finally, namely, or summing up? I'll just wait for an answer to come through. Type away. I can hear everybody frantically typing. Yes, it looks like we're getting namely as the main one. So yeah, this is giving an example, say namely. Other words you could use could be including, for example, something like that. Alright, so this is an example, or as we said, illustration. Next one, we've got a favourite person here. Famous favourite. So we have a description of working. We've got a description of working and things that presidents do. Any ideas here? Yes, okay, so this one is joining similar ideas, and you should have got to something like this, in addition to, which most of you have, so well done. And of course this is supplying, giving more information. I can't get out of the way. Right, more information. Sorry about that. Okay, I think this is the last example. So homework must be handed in on time. Blah blah blah. They will not be graded. So you have to do something, or something else will happen. Give you some time to write down. There's a bit of a lag, a delay. Yeah, okay, we've got a couple of answers. Otherwise is the correct answer. So that's contrasting ideas. Right? Not sure about contrast. Okay, never mind. So the next one. Nobody knew where the new student was from, but blah blah blah. Lucy asked him if he was from Australia. Let's wait for some answers to come in. Someone's having trouble typing. Okay, yeah, so it's going to be later, right? This is talking about time and sequence of time. So after, later, she asked him, yeah, to find the information. Okay then, so that's sequence or time, and that brings us to the end of transition words. That's it. Does anybody have any questions about that? Don't forget you can access a recording on Moodle. Okay, so you can rewatch the video and do the quiz, maybe. Any more questions? Is everything clear? Remember, you can use these to relate ideas in your assignment. So this will be a writing assignment at the end. No questions? Maybe. Good. Alright, that's cool. So if you enjoyed the video, subscribe and smash the like button. Okay, see you next time. Alright, bye bye for now.